EncroChat was a European communications network known for providing encrypted smartphones that allowed users to communicate securely and privately. The network became infamous because it was heavily used by criminal organizations, especially for planning illegal activities such as drug trafficking, money laundering, and other organized crime operations. These modified phones, often called Encro phones, had special features to ensure maximum security, including a self-destruct function for messages and a lack of standard apps that might compromise privacy. Criminals around the world, particularly in the UK, relied heavily on the encrypted phones provided by EncroChat, believing that their communications were completely secure. This false sense of invincibility led many to become overconfident and careless, making a fatal mistake. As a result, law enforcement was able to infiltrate the network and gather crucial evidence. In some cases, this careless behavior directly contributed to the downfall of criminal enterprises, with the intelligence gathered leading to arrests, seizures, and even preventing further violence. The offences committed using these devices spanned a wide range, including serious crimes such as murder, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and organised violence. The false security these phones provided allowed criminal organisations to communicate freely, without considering the possibility of being intercepted. Tragically, in some instances, the consequences of this overconfidence were fatal, as the authorities were able to track and dismantle criminal operations before they could cause more harm. In early 2020, law enforcement agencies across Europe, including in France and the Netherlands, began infiltrating the EncroChat network. This operation, which ran from at least March to June 2020, was a major breakthrough in tackling organised crime. Police were able to access millions of encrypted messages exchanged between members of criminal groups. The infiltration allowed authorities to gather vital intelligence on criminal plans, which led to the arrest of hundreds of suspects and the seizure of large quantities of illegal drugs and firearms. The successful infiltration of EncroChat marked a significant victory for international law enforcement, demonstrating the challenges and strategies of policing encrypted communication systems used for illegal purposes. However, it also sparked debates about privacy, security, and the balance between fighting crime and protecting civil liberties. Now let's go into some of the highest profile EncroChat cases from the UK. On the 31st of January 2024, drug dealing gangs in Essex using encrypted phones to avoid the police have been sentenced to 164 years in prison, with more than 20 more facing trial or awaiting sentencing. One of the last men to be put behind bars for this drug dealing in 2023 was Henry Allpress. On Monday, the 18th of December, 2023, the 29-year-old from Carroll Hill in Loughton was sentenced to 13 years imprisonment for his leading role in an OCG which distributed more than 70 kilograms and a substantial amount of cannabis throughout Essex and London. The criminal enterprise made and laundered more than £5 million while in operation. Officers reviewed more than 50,000 messages sent under pseudonyms via EncroChat that they connected to other OCG members. This work led to sentences for 5 other OCG members in 2022, receiving a total of 34 years between them. Now let's go to a high-profile EncroChat case in Merseyside. A gang boss who supplied large quantities of drugs and planned to acquire a shotgun to give someone a leggy played a key role in his own downfall by taking a selfie of his missing tooth. Michael Riccio, 37, from Ambleside Road in Allerton, used the alias Lead Fern on the encrypted communications platform EncroChat to distribute significant amounts of drugs and weapons to criminal associates across the UK. Riccio was said to have conducted his business through EncroChat, which was likened to a WhatsApp for criminals, before the service was infiltrated by French police in 2020. After the hack, hundreds of thousands of messages exchanged between criminals were handed over to UK law enforcement, who then began to unravel the identities behind the anonymous handles. Let's head back to London and take a look at what the Met Police has been up to with the EncroChat investigation. More than 400 criminals, including top kingpins in organised crime, have been sentenced to a total of 3,722 years in prison by the Met Police. Operation Eternal, led by the National Crime Agency, NCA, alongside its own Operation Venetic, used data from EncroChat to identify criminals, solve murders, and target the drugs trade. The handsets, priced at £1,500, could only communicate with other EncroChat devices and had a self-destruct feature if handed over to authorities. The platform sent out messages urging users to dispose of their devices after realizing it had been compromised by law enforcement in June 2020, and it was shut down shortly afterward. The Met Police reported that since Operation Eternal began in March 2020, 942 arrests were made, 784 individuals were charged, and 426 convicted. The operation also led to the seizure of 3 tons of Class A and B drugs, along with 49 firearms. One notable arrest was Naki Aslan, 39, a high-ranking gang member who was sentenced to 23 years for conspiring to import over 20 kilograms of heroin and cocaine. In the UK-wide Operation Venetic, 3,100 suspects were arrested, 1,867 charged, 7,000 mobile devices collected, and around 18 million messages logged. More than 1,200 people were jailed nationally as a result of Operation Venetic. EncroChat had provided a secure mobile phone messaging service with 60,000 users worldwide and around 10,000 in the UK. But that security was a lie, and it's not over yet. If you owned one of these phones, the police could very well be knocking on your door soon. Thanks for watching this documentary from the Dark Corner. Please like and share the video, but most importantly, don't forget to subscribe.